another episode of Stories and Stuff. My name is Jenny Q. Willie is off to the side, waiting to come and share some stuff with you. Welcome. It's Thursday, and it is the last day of our show this week, and we have one more amazing, fun story to share with you. This week we've been doing the theme of Picture This, which I'll explain in a second. So if this is your first time seeing our show or our episode or watching an episode, welcome. This is Stories and Stuff. And Stories and Stuff is basically a short little video that we do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays to bring some stories and some stuff. And this week, as I just said, we're doing Picture This. And what that was is we invited all of you to send in a photo, and then we would write an original story and then share that story on Stories and Stuff. And so on Tuesday, we did a story with Megan and found some princess ballerinas. On Wednesday, which was yesterday, we discovered about sticks and smiles and popsicle stick smiles, and they were pretty fantastic. And today we are going to meet a little girl who lives in Nova Scotia named Harley, and that's the story we're going to share today. So thank you to our friend Marilyn for sending it in and submitting it. And here is the photo that she sent in, so you guys can have an image of who Harley is. And here she is. Isn't she adorable? So this is the photo that inspired the story, and as it goes on, you will totally see and understand why this photo was so inspirational. Here, Willie, can you hold on to that? Yeah, sure. Okay, so he's going to hold on to that, going to read the story, and then Willie will come and share some stuff. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, here we go. So the story is called Harley and Kiki. Where do I begin? The story of Harley and Hayden is far from over. They are two inspiring and enchanting characters, both full of life, both young, both living in Nova Scotia. Harley brimming with curiosity and mischief, while Hayden is strong and silent, ready to infuse his wisdom through humor when it is needed most and least expected. I can assure you that they are having an adventure as we speak. Hayden is a young man with short brown hair, long and lean limbs for running and playing baseball. He has eyes that sparkle and can see the goodness and sadness all around him. Despite his tender age of 13, he has a way about him that whispers the wisdom of a medicine man, cloaked in the manner of a gentleman, always humble and gracious, and ready to help in any little way that he finds, always making a big difference to those he helps. Harley is a little bit more of a mystery for many reasons. The first being she is young. She's only 5 years old. To look at her, though, you might assume she's a little bit older and closer to 7. Some say it's because she's tall for her age. I suppose that's possible. The reason, though, my friend, is because she is woven from the same fabric as Hayden. She is his little sister. She is his little sister. Her eyes also sparkle, and they twinkle with the spirit of a wise woman far older than she is in age. As her eyes sparkle, though, they see adventure, curiosity, and creativity everywhere that she goes. Another reason that she is a mystery is that she is magical, and many of her adventures are not witnessed by the adults in her life. She has a tendency to go and play by herself by the ocean or in the woods. Never so far as she can't be found, but far enough that she's out of sight. She always leaves a trail of giggles behind. Her giggles, infectious and full of life. Marilyn, her great aunt, just might be the only adult that knows the truth about the mystery of Harley. The mystery was revealed to Marilyn one fine day in June when the family gathered to celebrate Father's Day. The house was filled with music, laughter, and the smell and sight of delicious food. Outside, there was lots to keep the kids busy: bubbles, skipping ropes, baseball bats and balls, and hula hoops. Harley had no interest in any of these things. Well, maybe a mild interest in the baseball stuff. That was only because her brother loves baseball, and if it meant to be able to spend time with him, she was the first in line. On this beautiful day, though, not even time with her brother could break the strong attraction that Harley had to her great-grandmother's motorized scooter, an impressive vehicle, mostly black, including the deep basket in the front that would hold great-grandma's purse and books. She was always reading and riding. The scooter was accented with deep blue striping by the handle and driving controls, and there was a tan sheepskin throw on the seat for comfort. It must be noted that wisdom runs deeply in this family. Marilyn's wisdom comes from not scolding children or telling them what to do, but by watching them and learning from them and asking them good questions and guiding them to discover their own wisdom from within. "It's so soft," Harley told Marilyn as her fingers danced back and forth across the throw. Marilyn smiled and placed her hand next to Harley's to share in the moment of joy of feeling something so soft. Marilyn, although she is a great aunt, is not old, and she is a free spirit. And where Hayden and Harley have eyes that shine, Marilyn has a smile that is magnificent and ever-present, even when she's upset. Her smile speaks 1,000 things without a single word being uttered. Harley understood Marilyn's smile. "I want to go for a ride," Harley stated with authority. "Can we please go for a ride, Marilyn?" As she asked, Harley boldly stepped onto the scooter, wrapping her tiny little hands around the controls, thumbs poised and ready to push the buttons that would move the scooter. Marilyn looked at her watch and the scene at the house. "Sure, we can go for a short one." Marilyn sat in the driver's seat as Harley stood tall in front of Marilyn, like a captain of one of the tall ships crossing the Atlantic, confidently and loudly directing Marilyn with one-word directions. "Go! Turn! Faster!" The scooter somehow ended up down the way, off the property into a small patch of woods. Along the dirt floor there were strange markings. Marilyn had never seen such designs. They captivated her attention. They reminded her of footprints, but they were far too tiny to be human, and far too few feet to be an animal. "Hee hee hee hee!" Harley started to giggle. So Marilyn looked up from the ground to see what was so funny, but she was blinded by the sun through the trees just for a moment. She blinked, and when she opened her eyes, there was a beautiful lake in front of her, where a second before she saw woods thick with trees and tall grass. It was familiar, and yet impossible. "Harley?" is all Marilyn could utter. Harley jumped off the scooter, ran across the way to a beautiful tree and a large gray boulder by the water. The water was so still it held the reflection of Mother Nature like a mirror, framing the beauty, brilliance, and mystery of the world. Marilyn turned the scooter off and softly stepped onto the dirt and grass. Marilyn focused on Harley, who was now sitting next to the boulder and talking with great enthusiasm and large movements of her arms, laced with laughter that hung in the air. Tiptoeing with curiosity, Marilyn stretched her head forward as far as it would go. Leaning against the tree, there was something. A twig? Was Harley talking to a twig? No, it was thicker. A stick, perhaps. No, twigs and sticks don't have don't have arms. Yes, there were definitely arms, and now Marilyn saw some legs. As things came into focus, those legs and arms were attached to a tiny little body, with a little head of a woman with pointy ears and a hat to match. Her mouth was moving, but Marilyn couldn't hear a thing. Harley, on the other hand, seemed to hear everything. "Oh, Kiki, you're so funny. Fairies are not that bad." Marilyn repeated once more, "Harley?" Harley jumped up, sprang to Marilyn's side, grabbing her hand. "Marilyn, you gotta meet Kiki. She's wonderful." "Kiki, this is my aunt. Her name is Marilyn." Kiki fluttered her iridescent wings on her back, lifting her into the air, suspending her 6 inches in front of Marilyn's nose and several feet off the ground, so she could be eye level with Marilyn. Kiki smiled and waved and winked. Then she descended back down and landed on Harley's knee. Harley looked at Marilyn, reading the half-smirk, half-smile of endless questions. With confidence, Harley answered Marilyn's most pressing curiosities. "It's okay, Marilyn. We just popped over a leaping line. Kiki and I wanted to see each other. Isn't Lake Kejimkujik wonderful?" Giggling, Harley explained a bit more. "Kiki's a pixie. She and I are the best of friends, and we spend lots of time by the lake. We share stories and we go for walks, and she gives me magic giggles that sit in the air for as long as we visit. She says it helps the adults feel good to know that they can hear me. It keeps them close and safe. As Harley started to stand up, Kiki took flight once more, kissed her softly on the cheeks, and handed Harley a little golden bag with blue letters that read, Harley's Giggles. Harley put it in her pocket. See you tomorrow. The whole experience was very calm and ordinary for visiting with a pixie, Marilyn thought. Weren't pixies supposed to be tricksters and into mischief, always wanting to trick and take advantage of humans? Perhaps not. She took Harley's hand, sat in the scooter, and said, We should get back. Harley resumed her place as captain and commanded one order of direction after another. Left? Right? Marilyn once again noticed the markings in the dirt. This time she knew who they belonged to. They were Kiki's footprints. And as soon as the front wheel of the scooter rolled over the markings, there was another flash, and Harley's infectious giggle could be heard a foot or two in front of them. Marilyn now knew it was not the sun, but pixie magic, a sort of portal that was like a doorway to Lake Kejimkujik, to Kiki's home. As the scooter puttered along the forest floor, Harley reached up into the air and started to almost mime making a snowball. As she did, the sound of her giggles that were hanging in the air faded into silence. She smiled, and she placed it, the invisible ball, in her pocket, next to the golden bag Kiki had given her. Back at the house, Great-Grandma was on the porch swing reading her book and humming. Marilyn's brother was cooking dinner on the barbecue, and Hayden was practicing his swing as his father tossed the ball. Harley immediately shouted, I want to play too. Not a single person seemed to bat an eyelash that the two had taken Great-Grandma's scooter for a joyride that had to have been for an hour, if not longer. Marilyn looked at her watch. Impossible. According to her watch, they were only gone for 10 or 15 minutes. Marilyn kept replaying the afternoon in her mind as she watched Harley and Hayden playing with the baseball stuff. She noticed that they were always laughing when they hit the ball, but laughing even harder when they missed it and fell to the ground, popping back up and trying again and again. Marilyn then shifted her gaze to the adults of the day, each one very content in what they were doing, but not laughing, very focused and intent on the barbecue, on the book, and on the children, nodding her head to herself and smiling. Today, Marilyn had learned and confirmed that there is magic in a child's laughter, the magic that lingers in the air and can soothe the spirit of anyone who hears it. That magic, Marilyn now knows, in fact, is pixie magic, entwined in the laughter and adventures of Hayden and Harley, held in small golden bags, hidden in the pockets of their jeans, hoodies, and favorite backpacks. So that is the story. It was a lot of fun. Let me bring Willie over and we can talk about the story a little bit. So if you're here, let us know if you like that story. Give us a message, drop us a message or some thumbs up or some hearts. And the reason I say that is I guess I have to, I never say it. I always record these episodes live on my Facebook, but then I post them on YouTube. That's right. Hi, how's it going? That's right. So we do it live because I want to do it close to my Facebook family, and I want to invite my Facebook family and friends to be the first to hear the stories and the stuff that we like to do. But then we love to share it and put it out on YouTube so the rest of the world can join in. That's right. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, so that Lake Kejimkujik is a lake in Nova Scotia, if you're not familiar. I put a link up. There's a little short video clip about it if you wanted to investigate that. It is very cool. It is now on our list of places to go. Yeah, we want to go and explore that lake and the people around and meet all the folks in Nova Scotia. Yeah, people in Nova Scotia are quite cool. So again, thank you, Marilyn, for the inspiration for that story. And now, without further ado, it is time for Willie's stuff. That's right. So, did you prepare a couple of jokes today? I know that's a silly question. Of course I did. Of course you did. Since there was a lot of talk of baseball in the story, I have a baseball joke. Okay, we're ready for your baseball joke. What did the baseball glove say to the ball? I don't know. Catch ya later. Catch ya later. You're so funny. Okay, I got another one. It isn't really directly related, but we were talking about pixies and magic, and sometimes that makes me think of things that are very cool, like the human body and noses and things. Okay, what is the joke about noses and things? Okay, here it is. Why is your nose not 12 inches long? Well, I don't know. Why isn't my nose 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. Oh, Willie, you're so silly. Oh, guys, we hope you enjoyed those jokes. Wait. We didn't get to do my riddle yesterday. Oh, that's right. We ran out of time. We're gonna do a riddle, and then we're gonna wrap up, and then we'll see you guys again next week. Okay, here's the riddle. Now, yesterday we were talking about kings and stuff, so this is a riddle. Jenny, can you grab it for me? I forget. Sure. Hang on one sec, guys. I'm just gonna grab it for Willie. Okay, let me just read it. I want to get it right. What has 6 legs, 4 ears, and a shining suit of armor? That sounds very unusual. Is it a monster? It is not a monster. It's a prince riding his horse. Okay, I see that. What has 6 legs, 4 ears, and a shining suit of armor is a prince on his horse. Pretty cool. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap up for today. Thank you for swinging by. Thank you for participating in Picture This week. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of work, and a lot of great stories. They were a lot of fun. Absolutely. And we keep forgetting to mention it, but we are on YouTube now. Our link for our channel is to the side, and we would love it if you would join us there and subscribe to our channel. Yeah, that'd be a whole lot of fun, and we'd certainly appreciate it, and we'd love to see you here and there. Technology is cool. Yes, technology is very cool. Well, guys, have a great weekend. Go enjoy this beautiful day, what's left of it, and we will see you next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for more stories and stuff. Don't forget, share your smiles, share your love, and share, your laughters. Well, and giggles. Giggles in the air. Giggles in the air. Bye, guys. We'll see you next week.